So Fortnite has had a decent amount of traps added ever since the first ones when Battle Royale first came out. So in this video, I want to rank all 13 of them from worst to best. Now in this video, I will not be including the item version of traps. So the throwable launch pad will not be here, but there is an exception for the zapper trap because the trap is literally in the name. But before we get into it, make sure to subscribe because I would really appreciate it if you help me reach 6K subs. But without further delay, let's get into it. In 13th place is both the directional and vertical jump pad. They're both equally terrible traps. First of all, they're just worse versions of the bouncer on launch pad, and they don't even send you that far. Like the vertical one, it just lets you jump a little bit higher, but you could just build and do the exact same thing. And the orange one, it just sends you a little bit far, but it's nowhere near the level of the other mobility traps. In 12th place is the chiller, and again, this is a bad mobility trap. I mean, I can't even think of a practical way to use this thing. And the only reason it's above the jump pad is because this can be used for like fun things, like a giant ramp that you can slide down, but that's not really practical at all. The only real way you can use this in an actual game when you're trying to win is if you put someone else with the icy feet, like you put it under them and mess with their movement. But I don't think I've seen a single soul use a trap like that. In 11th place is the most obscure trap on this list, and that's the fire trap. This is only in Battle Royale for a week in like Chapter 2 Season 4, and what it would do is 50 damage and it will start a fire. That's just really weak and pathetic, and to be honest, you might as well just use a gas can at that point. Like 50 damage, are you serious, Epic? They probably saw how no one was using it and just took it out of the game, but it is like really good and save the world. In 10th place is the poison dart trap from Season 8, and what this would do is it would hit someone and then poison them for a short period of time. And it had like 3 walls of range, and it didn't even do that much damage. Like when the poison was fully done, it didn't even do that much damage, even with all the damage combined. It was pretty useless, and I don't think anyone actually used this. The normal damage trap is just far superior, and this thing only did 80 damage in total, which at that point just use your shotgun, bro. It's not worth it. The most like that you can do with this is you can like make your opponent like panic, and then you can finish them off, but that's really about it. In 9th place is the ceiling zapper, and this is just a weaker damage trap that would only work on ceilings, which I mean, by the way I described it, you can probably tell how I feel about it. It's just fundamentally worse than the damage trap, but it does look a little bit cooler, and the electricity effect it has going on, it looks really cool. But this only does 125, which can be good if we're not comparing it to anything, and it can actually like really help you win fights if you catch someone off guard with it. In 8th place is the wall dynamo, and this is again the damage trap, but it just works on walls and it only does 125 damage. And this barely gets the edge on the ceiling trap because I feel like you can hide this thing better than you can like surprise people with it. So when someone like opens a door, you can put it behind the door, then they'll get zapped when they open it, and then you can just finish them off. And it's better than the ceiling zapper for like stealth, because the electricity on the ceiling you can see it from any angle, but it's like really close in quality. They're basically like interchangeable. In 7th place is the zapper trap, and this is the exception for the item rule I was talking about earlier. And what this would do is when you throw it, it would attach to wherever it hit and do 50 damage and recharge in only 2 seconds. This is great because you can put it on other teams' builds, so if someone's like in a box, you can throw it and they get a quick 50 damage in, and you can like make them panic to either get out in the open so you can finish them off, or they'll just get zapped again. And either way you can like surprise them and then push while they're trying to handle the trap. In 6th place is the bouncer. This is a pretty solid mobility item that was added in Season 4. This paired with the launch pad back in the day would go like crazy, but even by itself it was still pretty solid. You could like not have any fall damage with this and like sky base it or something, or you could use it to rotate faster, so a pretty good trap altogether. In 5th place is the mountain turn, and this was crazy when it first came out. Like it was almost impossible to hit the person on it when it first came out, and for some reason you could just rain hell like on people and they couldn't do a thing about it until it overheated, and it would do 40 damage a hit and fry builds. This thing was a menace until it got nerfed to the ground, but it was still pretty good even after the nerf, so I feel like it deserves a spot. In 4th place is the armored wall, and I have a very good experience with this trap because back in like Chapter 3 I made a TikTok with it and it got like 5.5 million views, and that got me like really hyped. But even without the bias of the video, it was still a really good item that could help you like block people from getting into your box so you could heal, and like even if you didn't need a heal, you can just like box up and then do whatever you gotta do in there. And it was really good for buying time. In 3rd place is the cozy campfire, and this thing would heal 2 damage a second for 25 seconds, so 50 in total if you didn't stack it or stroke it. Pause. and if you did, it would heal even more. So this is very good for like heal offs, or even if you just need white heals and you don't have any like space in your inventory. So this is very good for healing and saving space in your inventory, and it's also the only trap that heals. In second place is the damage trap, and this is the highest offensive trap on the list because it's just the goat for that. Like, this thing has gotten a lot of changes over the years, but I'm gonna use the most well-known version, that being the one that deals 150 damage and takes 5 seconds to reload, and that's just insane. If you place 2 of these things, it's an instant kill. Even one basically kills them, and then you can just like finish them off with a shotgun. And there isn't really much to say about it. It's just a very good trap. Like, and boxing people with it was so satisfying. But now for the moment you're uploading for, in first place is the launch pad. This is by far the best mobility trap of all time and the best trap in general. This was crazy for movement, and it would send you extremely far. If you were like in storm and had to get out quick, seeing this thing in your inventory was such a good feeling, especially back in the day when you couldn't sprint and there was no like rifts or vehicles. This was pretty much the only method of movement besides walking. This was such a great trap, and it deserves first place. But that's the end of my trap ranking. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe to get me to 6K subs by the time GTA 6 comes out, and comment what other videos I should do in the future. You can also cash at me if you have some extra money to give, but that's enough out of me. Goodbye.